Oh,
crop
wait,
in
wait, wait,
makes
wait,
me
wait. Are
sad.
we?
It makes me sad.
We have to. We have to come up with a. We have to come up with an opening. We
We have to
didn't
come
do
up
it.
with an opening. Also,
We have to come up with
uh,
an opening.
we don't need to come up with an opening. Just roll the credits. Happy holidays and welcome to the cast Backstage Banter. I'm one of your hosts, Jason Saris.
I'm Morgan. Happy holidays.
Yeah, I'm really excited, Morgan. I love the holidays. I don't know if you are I think we have talked about actually, and you are not. You enjoy the holidays, but you're not like as holly jolly as I typically am.
This background, you can probably tell by the fact that my hand is disappearing sometimes. Not real.
You ever watch that Simpsons episode where it's or maybe it's Family Guy? One of those has got like that character who's like, he's a phony. He's a big fake phony. That's what I feel like you are right now. Yeah.
I am a
I
phony.
This is a real tree of mine. Not even my only one. I put out multiple Christmas trees. I have multiple
That's
Christmas
wild.
trees. I do the elf
Multiple.
thing. I'm Father Christmas. That's what I am.
That's crazy.
Can we
Multiple trees is crazy. One tree is enough for me. One
can we
tree, one
cue like
train.
Can we cue dramatic music or something like that? Like I feel like can you imagine if we had like Terminator music right now as I did this next thing where it's like dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I am totally in the Christmas spirit now.
He's nailed it. He's nailed it. I do not have a hat, guys. If you would like to force Morgan to be in the holiday spirit, send me a hat.
I'm actually surprised that this one fits me because my head is huge mungus and trying to get hats on it is often a
Huge
difficult
mungus.
huge mungus. I had to coin a word just to accurately describe it, and it is difficult
That's wild.
sometimes for me to fit
Now I'm
hats on my head.
curious if Jason's cranium is different than the average sized cranium.
Comment down below if you'd like me to measure my cranium.
It's down. It's to house all the massive brainiums that you
all
have.
the all the ridiculous movie trivia that lives inside my head has to go somewhere. But speaking of movie trivia,
Oh, we
today
started with trivia.
no, we're not starting with trivia. No, no, no.
Ah,
But we're doing something that's movie trivia-ish, I guess. I so to set the stage a little bit. First, I think I'm gonna officially call this Celebrity Secret Santa. What do you think of that name, Morgan?
sure. I mean, none of these people are really celebrities.
They're not like Hollywood celebrities, but they're famous Christmas icons.
Figures.
Uh,
Yeah.
Figures. Yeah, they're figures.
Christmas
So
mascots.
we thought it would be fun to do like a gift exchange program with iconic Christmas figures, some of which are from the movies and a couple of which are just iconic Christmas characters. And we
But
thought
Jason, but Jason, how will we know what kind of gift they would get?
I'm glad you asked because we don't. We're just going to guess based on what we know of them and our just a random assessment of what their personalities are like. So yesterday before,
Solid.
yeah, yesterday Morgan and I both submitted a handful of names of like Christmas character movie characters or Christmas icons into a virtual randomizer. We're going to spin that wheel and it's going to spit out one of these names. And then Morgan and I will be the gift giver for the first one. We'll both we'll tell you who the character is and talk about it, whatever. And then we'll come up with an
And
idea of
what
what
gift
we
we
would
would
get
get for
them
them.
for a gift. Yeah. Then we figured after we do that once, we'll now then make that person the gift giver for the next one and just kind of see how it snowballs. So this is probably going to be pretty chaotic, if I had to guess, because I don't know that we really know these characters
I
the
am
right
ready.
way.
I am ready. I know exactly who these people are. I know what they would get other people.
I I'm glad one of us does.
Signing
Because
my death warrant now.
are you going to be one of those people that just gets everybody something that you would like? You're like, I would like.
Everybody's just gonna get Funko Pops.
There you go. Oh, you hate those. You hate Funko Pops.
Funko Pops are I think that if you're looking for a gift that is reasonable, like somebody has to like graciously accept, but you want that person to know that you don't care, Funko Pop.
Why? Why do you hate them so much? They were a big thing for a while. Now it's all
It's
labubu's.
not that it's not that I like hate Funko Pops. They're just such a dumb idea.
But why though? Like it's a collectible like anything else. It's just a
It's just
stylized.
a yeah, it's a Chotsky. It's just a dust collector on a shelf. Anything
That's
that is like that, like snow globes, dumb. What
so.
else?
What collectibles do you like then? Because that's what most collectibles are. Is just little knick-knacky things that you hang on to and say, "Oh, I got
I
this one."
believe it or not, I don't collect things. I collect trading cards for
Okay.
resale.
Some might argue that those just sit on a shelf and collect dust.
Not it, not if you sell them.
Not if you sell them, but you got to hang on to them a while before you do. And not all of them
And
end up being worth anything.
sometimes not. And if they're not worth anything, you know what you do? You get rid of them. It's
Fair.
not worth
I
anything.
I'm kind of sad because Funko Pops are actually going bankrupt. I heard something recently that they're on like the
Do you know
verge of
why,
collapse.
Jason? I could tell you why.
Enlighten me. Why?
Because they're dumb.
They had so I mean like they were everywhere. When I go to Comic Con,
Yeah.
it's everywhere, everywhere. I mean, and
Yeah.
people used to scramble for like the rare ones, whatever. I have a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my best ones, my favorite ones, and I know you don't care because you're not a collectible guy, but I went to Conan O'Brien's show a couple of times, and he had like a custom one of him that he would hand out.
I
So it's
bet.
like him dressed up as different him as a Funko Pop dressed up as different movie characters. Man, those are great. Great.
That's
And
pretty
like you'd
fun.
walk out of the building and people be like, I'll give you $100 for it right now. And it's tempting to get rid of it because people, I mean, they were hot for a minute there.
You
Everyone
know,
wanted a
I'm
Funko
gonna make
Pop.
a prediction. I'm gonna make a prediction, and some of this is informed by previous events. Do you remember Beanie Babies?
I do.
So Beanie Babies used to be a huge like craze, and they
Like
made a
a
movie.
phenomenon.
A, a I don't
Throwback to the last
craze.
episode. Okay. Yeah, craze. Okay.
Definitely a craze. I don't know about phenomenon.
More or less of a craze
But
than Big Bang Theory. I don't
they we're gonna get into it, Jason.
know. We're so off the rails already.
Beanie Babies. So Beanie Babies used to be a pretty popular thing. They were very popular amongst kids, but they were also a very sought after collectible. And they made a movie about the rise and fall of the Beanie Baby empire.
Oh, no kidding.
I think that with the fall of Funko Pops, it'll be a few years. It'll be like 5 years to a decade, but we're gonna get another documentary, like embellished documentary style
I would
rise and
totally watch
fall
that.
of
I,
Funko Pops.
I would totally watch that because you know they throw like 30,000 of those away every year because it is cheaper to it is more cost efficient for them to write them off as a loss than it is to just not sell them. So like they have so many of those things that don't get sold and they just there's like a huge landfill full of them.
With that,
All right, so you want to do some Secret Santa gift exchanging here?
let's spin that wheel.
All right, let me bring up our fancy dancy wheel.
Oh, we gotta introduce. Do we need to introduce all of our characters first? Like tell
No,
everybody who's on the
I
wheel,
don't
or
think so.
just spin it?
I think it'll just come up
All
as
right,
it
just
comes
spin it.
up, and we go. All right, so we're gonna hit the spinner,
All
and
right.
this will be the first person that you and I are buying a gift for Christmas.
All right. I hope it's Ebenezer Scrooge.
Are
Oh,
we gonna-
is that Buddy or is that the Grinch?
It's the Grinch! All right, so
The Grinch.
we have the Grinch. Do we want to play a clip and give people some context, maybe? I mean,
So
I'm sure everybody knows the Grinch,
first,
but
first we let's talk a little bit about our friend the Grinch. What do we know about
okay.
the Grinch? So
Well,
he's
from a movie perspective, there's been multiple iterations, and I don't know if anybody knows that, but
yes,
I will
there
throw
has
that
been.
out there.
Well, so from a film perspective, right, there's three iterations. So there's the 1966 Dr. Seuss's animated The Grinch, How the Grinch Stole
A
Christmas,
classic
which
Christmas
I
classic.
fondly watched on VHS as a kid.
I'm surprised you're old enough for VHS.
Yeah, I'm 90s
I feel like
90s
those
kid.
went out of date like maybe way earlier than they actually did. Like I'm probably just misremembering, but
No, VHSs were a thing into. I mean, like they definitely saw a sharp decline, I think, after Y2K, but
they were still
VHSs were
around
like
in
a
the year
thing
2000.
into the 2000s.
Wow. I mean, I do remember like one of my prized possessions was the Matrix on VHS, which I also had it on DVD at that point. But I bought it first because I didn't have a DVD player till I think I bought the DVD player for that movie. But I had the Matrix on VHS and it had like a iridescent kind of cover to it, and it was like, oh man, what an awesome movie with an awesome case. Sometimes it's the little things, Morgan.
Dude,
The little things.
physical copies of things I think have are severely under rated in the modern era because you used to, especially if a collection spanned multiple VHSs, and this could be something that was a film franchise or could be just different films that had a similar theme that were sort of packaged together. You would used to sometimes the
Titanic
jacket would have.
was multiple movies in one case. Like the whole movie wouldn't fit on one VHS. It was so long.
So it would be multiple VHSs, and you would get like on the spine or on the side, you would get an image across the different VHS cassettes, which they then did with DVD. So you like I remember distinctly because my family collected the Harry Potter series, so you could have a cool like thing with the Harry Potter DVDs, and that sort of died with Blu-ray
Hmm.
because for whatever reason they slimmed down the cases even though the
And they
size didn't
rounded them a
actually really
little bit.
change.
Yeah, and because you're talking about like one image that would span the spines, like you would put them
Yeah,
all
span the
together in a
spines.
collection.
And it would
Yeah,
make a yeah, it would make a thing.
yeah, because DVD cases had a nice flat surface to it, but Blu-ray they put like a little bit of a curve to it. So
But
even
they
if it
also
wasn't
slimmed
just
it.
thinner, yeah, it was thinner. But even without that, it would have been tricky unless you had the cardboard sleeve on top of it.
I don't know, they do it with book spines and some book spines are kind of curved and that
Hmm.
never really takes away from the experience. I don't think it has to be flat. I think the bigger thing is that they slimmed it down. It was like, well, what kind of image can we even put on here, you know?
Yeah, I do think it's interesting, and we should look up at some point why decisions are made on cases like they are, because like every medium has had its very distinct case, and so obviously the medium sometimes is
As in
this.
true holiday fashion, we are way off on a tangent. If you would like Jason and I to discuss that, throw it in the comments. We'll maybe do an episode about it.
So,
Let's
anyways, the
get back
Grinch,
to the
right?
Grinch.
So the Grinch,
There's so there's two other versions. There's the 2000 live action with Jim Carrey, and there's the
amazing,
2016 animated version with Benedict Cumberbatch.
which is fine. I mean, the original is the classic, of course, but the Jim Carrey one is just, I don't know. It's amazing. Like his performance is fantastic, and like that movie's got so many quotable lines to it too. Like I'm just the voice, and everything he does is just perfect all the time. Like it's great.
Speaking of quotable lines, I have a clip from The Grinch that we are
Nice.
going to share with you so that we can get a little more sense of the Grinch's personality. This is just from YouTube, so you guys can look up this clip, but I love this clip. It's my favorite moment in the movie. So here we go.
5:30, jazzercise. 6:30, dinner with me. I can't cancel that again. 7 o'clock, wrestle with my self-loathing. I'm booked. Of course, if I bumped the loathing to 9, I could still be done in time to lay in bed, stare at the ceiling, and slip slowly into madness.
That's my favorite clip from The Grinch. Um,
Yeah. So what do we know about the Grinch? I mean, obviously he's got very limited wardrobe. He's always kind of walking around naked or half naked, it seems, which is a little weird to make it a Christmas
the
story.
cartoon. It's not weird. It's the cartoon effect. Do you know? Are you familiar with the cartoon
Yeah,
effect,
yeah, with like
Jason?
Donald Duck, where he's always wearing a shirt but no
Yeah,
pants, and but then
yeah.
when he
It's the
goes to the
cartoon
beach, he
effect.
puts on a bathing suit, and like when he gets out of the shower, he puts on like Donald Duck makes no sense. But I assume that's what you're talking about, right?
Yes. He is a cartoon. He is originally conceptualized as a cartoon, and
It
he 100% falls in the category of always wearing a shirt and no pants.
Yeah, it just makes it a little bit weirder when you go to the live action one and he's walking around all like furry and unclothed. But I digress. So we know he doesn't have a lot of wardrobe. He's got a dog, so he's a pet owner. He's a little surly. We know that about him. Creative, ambitious when he wants to be. I mean, these are things that maybe we can work with to try to find some sort of gift for him.
He's a loner,
He is a
and he
loner.
likes it that way.
He does. So if you had him as your Secret Santa, any ideas of what you think you would gift him?
Well, I mean, obviously, a Funko Pop.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You know what? I think you're saying it as a gag, but that might actually be a good gift for him. He likes to have his little internal monologues. He can set it up in the corner. He's like, "Oh, what do I have at 5:30? Dinner with me. I can't cancel again." And he has actually somebody to bat those around with. That you've accidentally got a great gift for him.
I'll get it. Yeah, I just get him a little Grinch Funko Pop.
There we go. I was gonna go with a. I was thinking maybe I would get him an iPhone. And I know you're saying like, who's he gonna
iPhone.
call? Yeah, I know. But I thought,
Ghostbusters.
we learned he's got that like very archaic calendar, and he can't keep his stuff organized. So maybe if he had like something with a digital calendar in it, maybe that would make his life a little simpler.
That's wild, dude. I could never imagine getting anyone an iPhone for Christmas. That's wild.
It's what the kids like. I don't know.
That's wild, but very generous. Jason's a very generous individual, guys. What we've learned today, if nothing else, Jason is very generous.
Yeah, we can basically end this episode with me ho-hoing and you bah humbugging. I think that's how that's gonna work.
Ah, bug.
All right, so now
Cool.
we should spin the wheel again, and this time it's
So
going to
this is
be yes, this is going to be
yeah.
what the Grinch would buy the next person on this list, whoever that happens to be. So we have to not only understand
Now,
the Grinch, but the
while
other guy.
I didn't
Oh,
catch
Jesus
anything
Christ.
you just said.
I have no idea with it. So we have Jack Frost,
Frost.
and we're going to have to not only understand the Grinch and his personality, but what he would think the
So
personality of Jack Frost would be.
so we need to set the stage a little bit because is this pre heart growing three sizes or post heart growing three sizes?
I think you get to decide for your gift. I mean, the sky's the limit, man. I mean, nobody's checking our answers. Like, it doesn't matter. So you choose.
I think it's more.
What feels
I think
best?
it's
Go
more
with your heart.
interesting. I think it's more interesting pre because I I feel like we're jumping in too fast. I know. Let's slow down. Who is
Well,
Jack
let's
Frost?
yes, let's talk about who Jack Frost is. And this was one of your nominations, so I think you're a big Jack Frost
Yes,
fan, no?
I am a huge Jack Frost fan, guys. For no particular reason, but he is the lovable scamp that heralds winter. He is the bringer of cold and the distributor of snow. I don't know. He has many different monikers. He's an older figure. I think he comes from like Anglo-Saxon mythology. I think he also shows up in like Norse mythology, and
Yeah,
he
because
got
he's like
popularized.
he was something that was a character before media, right? Like he's just kind of been a legend, like a Father Time or Mother Nature kind of thing. Like maybe
Yeah,
not
he's
that
old.
long,
I mean,
but
he's as old as any of the legends. Yeah,
yeah. Okay. Interesting. Now, he
and
has
he
had
got
several movies. Obviously there's the one where
yeah
he
he
played
got
did we do the clip yet? I don't remember, but
no, we haven't
no,
done the
okay.
clip yet. He got
So,
he became a popular cultural icon in I want to say the 1900s. Like you see him. Actually, you could probably argue that he becomes a cultural icon in the 1800s because he shows up in a lot of literary works, from poems to short stories. You see him in like Hemingway's works and things of that nature. So he starts to gain a lot of traction when the movies are made of him. So, and there's, like Jason said, a lot of different renditions of him. The most popular one is probably the Santa Claus version, like the Santa Claus from the Santa Claus 3. That's probably the most popular.
Is it though? I don't know. Did the Santa Claus 3 do that well? I feel like that was the least liked of the Santa Claus movies.
That is true, but I don't know that that means that
So
it's the least popular version of Jack Frost.
was that Martin Short that was playing Jack Frost in that movie?
It's a good question. I don't actually know.
Because there was a Santa Claus movie where it was Tim Allen, like, and the antagonist of the movie was also Tim Allen, but I don't think he was playing Jack Frost. He was like, I think it was Martin Short that did the Jack Frost character in that movie. Jack Frost has also been, it was also a Michael Keaton movie in like the 90s where he's like a father, and I don't remember what happens, but there's some kind of like weird Christmas curse that gets bestowed on him and he turns into a snowman. There's that Jack Frost movie. And I think there's also a horror movie called Jack Frost where it's like a evil snowman that murders people. I have not seen that, but I feel like I should.
There's a lot of fun renditions of Jack Frost because there's a lot of contention about Jack Frost's personality because it sort of depends on what legend you follow and
Sure.
what literature you've been exposed to. I think most people are familiar with Jack Frost being somewhat sardonic and being more of a downer, but Jack Frost isn't, like, he's the bringer of winter, which,
Yeah.
people associate the cold with certain negative emotions, but it's not inherently a negative thing.
I don't think of him negatively. I mean, the one that sticks out to me is that stop motion cartoon, if you want to call it, or the special that used to run, back in the day at like ABC. That one I think it's stop motion, but like that one I think was from the 70s. That's the version that I think of in my head when I think of Jack Frost. He was like like in that movie, I think he was like a teen or a young man or whatever, and then he got chosen for some sort of honor to be the bringer of winter. And he's not like a bad guy. He's just he's a nice guy, and it's somebody's duty to bring in winter time, and that happened to be his job that he was given.
Yeah. And in some of the legends, like the Norse legends, I think paint him more like a Loki-esque figure where he's a little bit more vindictive and trickstery.
Does that surprise you though? Like it doesn't surprise me.
No.
That's
No,
more
it
like
doesn't.
Krampus territory too, isn't it? Isn't Krampus also like a Norse thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
And then there are also some of the more Anglo-Saxon myths which paint him a little bit more positively as a person who has been bestowed this honor of bringing the season of winter. And in those legends, there are other figures that herald the other seasons. Jack Frost just gets a lot of attention because his season is filled with a lot of notable events. The winter solstice, Christmas, the New Year. There's a lot of things that happen in winter.
he's not the same as the what is it, the heat miser and the cold miser? He's not the same as the cold miser guy, is he?
Well, I would definitely say that Snow Miser draws
Oh,
inspiration
Snow
from
Miser.
Jack Frost, but yeah, but Snow Miser I wouldn't say is Jack Frost.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen that original cartoon, but there was a minute there where the audio from that was like super popular on Instagram and TikTok and stuff, where everybody was doing
I
these
think it
videos.
still is.
Is it still a thing? I'm glad
I
that
mean,
that
I
has
still see it.
worked its way out of my feed, but yeah. Anyway, do you have a clip for the audience so we can get
Yeah,
an idea of who Jack Frost is?
I have a short little clip. I don't know how much of an idea it will give of Jack Frost,
I
but
think it'll
this
ring
is
some
a
bells.
more positive interpretation of Jack Frost. And hopefully this time
A shiver
Jason
and
will
a tear lets you know Jack Frost is here. If you try to turn around,
Jack Frost,
when you hear his icy sound,
Jack Frost,
he's sure to disappear. But you know Jack Frost is here.
So that's Jack Frost.
That song is a banger, man. Total banger. Um, all right, so we are predicting what the Grinch would get Jack Frost for
Get Jack
Christmas
Frost.
if he was
I am
obligated to do so through Secret Santa.
I am locked and loaded, dude. I am
All
ready.
right, let's hear it.
I think
What do you
this
got?
is pre-heart growing 3 sizes.
Okay.
So he's still crotchety, still grouchy, still contemptuous of having to give a gift. And I think he gets Jack Frost a stick.
A stick? That's what
A
he's going for, a
stick.
stick? Okay, all right.
I think he's
Give
getting
me
him a stick.
All right, I need a little context. All right, what's the thought behind it? Why is he going with the
I
stick?
think he walks out of his cave, he finds the first stick on the ground, calls it the Stick of Winter, and gives it to Jack Frost.
So he's basically like, "Hey, I don't want to put a lot of effort into this. I'm just going to make something out of
Not at
nothing."
all.
Gotcha. Okay.
Zero
All
effort.
right. I can buy it. I can buy it. I'm thinking also kind of pre-heart growing 2 sizes too large or whatever. And he's going to look at the Grinch really likes to get under people's skin. Like, and he's good at it. Like, we saw it, especially the Jim Carrey version. We see him like run back in the scene and throw all the stuff on the table, whatever. Like, he likes to be dramatic and make things a little bit of a performance. I think he would get Jack Frost a box, like a very elaborate looking box, to make him think it's going to be a great gift. But then when he opens it, it's going to be something ridiculous like thermal
A
underwear.
stick.
Like heated, like a heated,
Thermal underwear.
yeah, like long johns, but with like a heat thing in it, because he knows that he can't use it, and he just wants to see the look of Jack Frost. I think that's where he would go with that.
That's interesting. I think that that's a lot of effort. Like, why would he put in that amount of effort? Although he did put in a bunch of effort to steal Christmas.
Yeah,
So
dude. I mean, like when he's motivated, the dude can't be stopped. He just has to find the right motivation, which is usually making other people miserable.
this is true. That's fair. That is a good point.
All right, so let's see who's next on the wheel of destiny here. We're gonna spin that wheel.
We should have like
And this is
Jeopardy
going to be
music.
Jack Frost buying for
Kevin
McAllister. All right.
Okay. Who doesn't know Kevin?
I mean, everyone should. Dude's a legend. Absolute legend. Obviously, the Home Alone movies. This is, the little boy that gets left behind by his parents multiple times. I don't know why anybody hasn't called CPS on them yet, but it is ridiculously irresponsible. Their family is way too large. They're also way too trusting. I think they
they're
let the
not.
robber into their
I don't
house.
know.
I mean, like,
CPS, I feel like is a lot because, I mean, like, is it terrible that you forgot your kid? Absolutely. Did they do it on purpose? No. And
no.
they love.
And I'm not saying
their
it would be
kid.
the first time, but the fact that they did it twice raises some eyebrows. Like, if you forget your kid one time, that's a terrible thing that's happened. But, like, let's give them benefit of the doubt that, like, hey, they got 8 million people in their family and an accident happened. Fine. If I give them that, once you get your kid back, aren't you, like, bubble taping him for the rest of his life? Like, aren't you, like, hyper aware of, like, let's make sure Kevin isn't missing. We're going on vacation again.
Yeah.
Remember that time that this happened? Let's really make sure that he's here. To screw that
I
up
mean,
twice, I think, is ridiculous.
I do though think that there is, you see effort to that in that vein in the second movie where there is a little bit more attention on, like, let's not forget Kevin again, and then somehow it still happens.
Which is not only concerning, but also sad that they actually made some sort of effort, and it was just they were that incompetent that they still left him alone again.
Yeah.
But-
It's but we get some of our best movie moments from when
Oh, for sure.
from this because it happens. So this is again these are like mostly Morgan's favorite clips, just because I got to pick the clips. So haha. So this is our Home Alone clip. It's a short but a good one.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
You could just hear like the maniacal chuckling.
Morgan, can you give me and the audience your best aftershave scene?
Oh, it's very Scream inspired.
Yeah, it's very good. Well done, sir. Well done. All right, so what do we know about Kevin besides the big family? He gets left behind a lot. What do we know about his personality?
Well, he has a bowl cut, which says everything you need to know about his personality.
Well, we know he's very creative. He's very when push comes to shove, he's a survivor. Like he can make things happen. He must have, I don't know. Does he have some kind of like childhood engineering degree? Because I have kids. They're not coming up with those straps.
I recently, meaning the last holiday season, so last year, I was watching the Home Alone movies with my family, and I looked at my mom and dad, and I was like, this is how I know I was not a smart kid. Because if this happened to me when I was that age, I would have been crying on the floor.
I think you're forgetting one key fact, though. It's a movie.
What's that?
It was a movie. It's not real.
Maybe.
The TV
Maybe.
lies
I think
to
that
you,
there-
Morgan. The TV lies.
I don't know. I think that there are some kids that are that smart.
Kevin is supposed
I
to be
think
like
that they
8.
exist.
Like, an 8-year-old is not even tall enough to string up half those things, let alone design them in the first place. But it's a movie. I mean,
I don't know. I grew up on Kids Next Door, so I believe in the power of kids.
okay. So we have the challenge now, which I think this is the hardest one yet, of trying to figure out what Jack Frost would buy Kevin McAllister for Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it would depend on what persona of Jack Frost you're going with, because if it's like the trickstery version, there's an argument to be made that he may resonate with Kevin and want to help him.
Okay. You got an idea then? Because I'm struggling.
I think, what if, this is a very out of the box thing, but
Okay, I'm here for it.
what if he gifted some of his power to Kevin in order to accomplish these pranks? Because there's
Is that
that
a thing he can
scene
do?
that we
Can
see.
he gift his power?
Huh?
Can he do that? Can he like gift his power
Why
to
not?
somebody? I don't
Why
know.
not?
You're the expert. I'm earnestly asking because I don't know. I'm not as familiar with the character.
like mythologically, like as
Yeah,
far as
yeah.
the legend
Like, is
goes,
that
can he do
is
that?
that part of his abilities?
The thing is, in all of the legends, he's very proud, whether it's the trickster version or the Herald of Winter version. He's very proud of his job. He takes it very seriously. So I don't recall in the mythology or the mythos of him ever being confronted with that as something to do at all. So
Okay.
I'm not sure that it's established
So
if he can or
for
can't do that.
for our own purposes, we'll just assume that's part of the legend that we just.
I'm gonna say that he
haven't
can,
verified,
because
but-
in Santa Claus 3, the whole premise of Santa Claus 3 is that Jack Frost wants to steal Santa's powers.
Okay.
And he does, I think he does in Santa Claus 3.
I mean, that's enough precedent for me. I mean, he's establishing that he's got some sort of power transfer ability, so why can't it work both ways?
Yeah, I would think
There's
so.
no rule that says
So,
we can't make up things on a podcast. I mean, then I've checked the book.
I'm gonna
There's
say-
the
I think it would be
official
cool.
handbook
I
does
think it
not
would be
say that
cool.
we have to play by
I
the
want a
rules.
spin-off now, though, of Jack Frost and Kevin McAllister getting into some wacky shenanigans.
Well, now you're stealing from my idea for my gift now a little bit. And we still don't. So I'm just going to go in there. So yours is he's going to gift him some of his power, right? So my idea because I don't know where else to go with this. But obviously Kevin is fighting off the wet bandits, and that is all kinds of traps and stuff like that. So in my scenario, Jack Frost is going to lend his friendship, it's going to come in twofold. One, he's going to help ice up the steps so this way the wet bandits fall all over the place. And then two, he's going to make sure Kevin stays out of jail, because when Marv sets his hair on fire, Jack Frost is going to step in and smooth it out a little bit, help him tend to his burns a little bit with his little icy powers, just to make sure that they pull it back just enough that Kevin doesn't get attempted murder charges. And I think that's a pretty good gift.
That is so interesting. That's so abstract. It's like, I know that you're not. You come from like a different era than I do, but I grew up on Yu-Gi-Oh! And if anyone in the audience knows Yu-Gi-Oh!, this is a very like Taya moment of like the power of friendship.
I've never seen you speechless before, and you were speechless for a moment.
This is so wild. It's not even. I don't know,
dude. Like this is not easy. Like I think we bit off more than we could chew in a way, because
I thought I came up with a legitimately good gift.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying for me it was definitely been hard though, because when I was thinking about this originally, I'm like, yeah, sure, we just gift giving, that makes sense. But then when we're actually putting it into use, where we're trying to think of what one character would give another character, it does get really hard. And if people aren't buying that, try it themselves and see how it goes.
Massage, guys.
Sounds somewhat erotic. I don't know how I feel about it.
I think Jason needs to exercise his imagination prowess.
Probably true. All right, so we hit the wheel again.
Let's hit that wheel.
Let's hit that wheel. All right.
So this is now Kevin McAllister getting a gift, which...
Correct. Oh, and we forgot to take Kevin off the list there, but...
Oh, man. Let's jump straight to our clip of Mariah. Bum bum. Mariah. This is obviously going to play without any sound, but you guys all know what she's singing.
Everyone knows the song, yeah. And people might be asking, well, why is Mariah Carey on a game type event that is mostly characters from
Nobody's
Christmas
asking
movies?
that, Jason.
Maybe somebody. I don't like to talk in absolutes.
Mariah
there's maybe somebody
the
out there.
embodiment of Christmas.
She is Queen Christmas for sure. Have you ever seen on like her social media stuff, like the literal moment that Halloween ends, she posts a video every year where she hits a high note and it's like, it's time, and then it goes into the song.
They've been doing that every single year since 2019.
I believe it. I would actually not be surprised if it was longer than 2019. Are you sure it's only been that recent?
I looked it up. That's the first one. The first one was 2019.
Dude, I don't know how old Mariah Carey is, but like she doesn't need to do anything else.
She's
for the rest of her
25.
life.
What are you talking about?
That song
She's
will
25.
be making her estate money forever. 25. All right, good. Yeah, we don't
25.
want. Mariah's not the person we want.
And next year she'll be
so.
25, and the year after that she'll be 25.
She's 25 and a godsend to all of humanity. Please don't hurt us, Mariah. She's got power. She's like Oprah. You don't want to get on the wrong side of her.
So you know what? Morgan's hot take. Mariah is Jack Frost in disguise.
What in the world? What does that mean?
Jack Frost is the herald of winter.
Okay.
And who do we turn to herald winter every year, to hearken in the holiday season? Mariah Carey.
I'm so glad that we have these videos recorded, because if you recall, you were the one that was on the side of the argument that Christmas is not a season, it is one day, and Mariah was...
It is.
You've already established that Mariah is the herald of Christmas, but now you're saying it's the same because she's the herald of winter, which implies that Christmas is winter and it's one season. And victory point for Jason. Scoreboard. Is that a thing that people do still? I don't know. One for me.
No, I've never even heard of that.
You never heard of
No,
people
if
doing scoreboard?
whatever. I mean, like, if you want to get into the nitty gritty, if it's Jack
I do.
Frost in disguise, then he's the Herald of Winter. That's who he is. But whatever.
But she's the Christmas queen. So you're putting Christmas and winter together, which I'm not faulting you for. I'm just saying I'm
I
surprised that
think
you're
Jack
going there.
Frost is. I think Jack Frost is happy to be the Herald of Winter because so many things happen during winter. That's like the whole reason that he's proud to take up the mantle. But again, that would require a person learned in the myths, which you are not.
So what do we know about Mariah Carey then? Because we have to figure out now what Kevin McAllister is going to get her for Christmas. We know she makes music. We know that she fancy. We know Mariah Carey.
I don't know anything about
Yeah,
Mariah Carey.
She's a total diva. You ever seen her? Do you remember the show MTV Cribs?
No.
So there used to be a show called MTV Cribs where celebrities would take you through their home, and like every aspect of her life is fancy. And I don't fault her for it. She's got a great career. She's made a ton of money. You do you, girl. But she's fancy. So I'm going to attribute that to her personality. Like, she's a fancy person. She's a great singer. She's got some kids with Nick Cannon, but who doesn't these days? I think everyone's got kids with Nick Cannon. I might have a few.
She's a fancy person.
I'm amazed you didn't know that. What do you know about Mariah Carey? Like, maybe we need to
I know
calibrate.
all I want for Christmas is you. That's what I know. That's what I know about Mariah Carey.
That's the extent of what you know
and that
about
we
her
defrost
as a
her
person?
every year.
Okay. Interesting.
That's
So
what I
she's just
know.
like on ice like Walt Disney's head? Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, no, that's exactly. Every year we defrost her on November 1st, and then the following year on like January 7th, we stick her back in her cryo chamber. That's what we do.
Okay. All right. I'm here for it. So what do we think Kevin would buy Mariah for Christmas?
I think Kevin, being the lovable prankster that he is, would take advantage, I guess. I don't know a different way to say that, but would leverage the fact that she is a fancy person and get
Okay.
the most mundane thing that you could possibly think of. And you know what the most mundane thing I can think of is?
A stick?
That's good. I was going to say Funko Pop, but
Remind me not to do an actual gift exchange with you ever, because I'd be afraid of what I come up with. Like, oh great, I got this.
I was just gonna get everybody Funko Pops. Morgan alone will revive the Funko Pop industry.
You would get them Funko Pops of a stick. Like, I think that's where we're going with this. It's just a custom build stick Funko Pop.
I think that's what Kevin gets Mariah. He gets Mariah a stick Funko Pop. And and you know what the Funko Pop is called? You know what the stick Funko Pop is called?
Enlighten me.
The Herald of Winter.
Okay. Okay. I do have a couple complaints about this suggestion though, because when Kevin was 8 years old, as he permanently exists within my headspace because of the movie, Funko Pops were not a thing. So, like, is he also time traveling to go get these? And
Does it? You're like thinking about it way too hard.
I know. Don't you love it when I'm on this side of the fence? Like, normally this is your job where you're trying to overthink it.
Okay.
I'm going to do it
He
this
gets
time.
a Beanie Baby. He gets a Beanie Baby. The stick Beanie Baby. And the stick's name is Jack.
Stick's name is
Jack the Stick.
Okay. All right, I'm buying. All right, so what do I think Kevin is going to... I don't know. Have we seen Kevin get anybody presents in the movies? Like in the 2 Home Alone movies? Does he actually get a gift?
It depends. Do you count playing harmless pranks on people gifts?
No. No. Who does? Why is that a gift? That's playing pranks. It's in the name. What kind of weird gifts do you get? Like, when you were a kid, did you like go down the stairs and Santa Claus just punches you in the face? Like, what are you talking about?
I love it. I love it whenever I get Jason to a point where he can't, he's laughing too hard and he's just like, what is happening? And
It's
he
just the
always
most
has that,
absurd
like,
idea. Like, you
'cause
know,
he's
you're like,
always
do you
like,
consider
he's always
pranks
like,
a
through
gift?
laughter, he's always like, what are you talking about? Through like
'Cause I don't-
laughter. It's the best.
All right, let's go
That's a
back to the
funny
wheel,
prank.
shall we? All right, let's see. So
After all that, I don't actually think that you got Mariah a gift.
did I not get Mariah a gift? Maybe I didn't. Okay, so my Kevin's gift for Mariah would actually be not so much a gift as he would try to use her abilities to help prank the wet bandits. I think he would try to smooth talk her and then use her
You said a whole
singing
diatribe
voice.
about how you can't give a prank as a gift, and now you're like,
No.
me...
He's not pranking her. He's I don't know. He's going to get her a mug
How's
that
that a gift
says
for
world's
Mariah?
best singer. He's going to give her a mug that says world's best singer to feed her ego and then say,
World's
"Hey,
greatest
Miss
cop-out."
Miss Mariah, can you hit a high note for me at 9 p.m. tomorrow when these burglars are coming? Because I really need the window to shatter and no one can hit it but you. You're the best. Please. Awards. And then she would comply because her ego would demand it.
Her ego would demand it. Doesn't sound like much of a gift to me.
It's a mug. It's got a mug and praise the things that she likes. We established that. She is fancy and she is a good singer and she likes knowing that she's a good singer. So he is giving her a mug that says world's best singer and then leveraging her abilities to have her do some good in the world. It's like the gift
I think that
keeps
if you're
giving.
giving a gift with a reciprocity clause, it's not a gift.
Says the prankster. How do I even know if you mean that? You could be pranking me for all I know. I don't know.
There is no reciprocity clause in a prank.
Unless you're just pranking me about that belief. Maybe you do believe so, but you're trying to prank me. Anyway.
The wheel takes off people that we've already spun.
Yeah, it's an option.
Before.
Yeah, I was trying to do that to keep it, to narrow it down. So now this is going to be who Mariah is buying a gift for, right?
Which I guess would just be a fancy something, right? Because Mariah is just gonna sit on her laurels for Hermie.
Spoiler. All right, so we got Hermie the elf. And
Okay,
I
but we
freaking
actually
love
have to
this
go
dude.
through who Hermie is because I'm
Dude is a
vaguely
legend.
familiar, so anybody younger than me is not gonna know him.
So Hermie the elf is the elf from, I think it's the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer stop motion cartoon from back in the day. And he's like a little elf that works in the North Pole. He's smaller than the other elves, and he's not as good at toy building as the rest of them are. And he has passion for dentistry instead of passion for toy making. And they're always yelling at him and that stuff. I don't know. But it comes in handy because they end up pulling out the abominable snowman's teeth, and then it makes him a nice snowman for some reason. I don't know. But he's got the best line in the movie.
A toothache. Don't underestimate the effects of a toothache.
That's fair. But Hermie has got the
grouchy.
greatest line, which is my favorite, where he's like, where they're talking about, I got to make a toy, whatever. He's like, I don't want to make toys. I want to be a dentist. It's the best. But that's
so I
Hermie the
couldn't
elf.
find that clip, guys, but here's a clip of Hermie so that we can kind of get to know him a
Level
little
set.
bit.
Put away that book! You're an elf, not a dentist! And elves make toys!
I just don't like to make toys.
Hermie doesn't like to make toys.
Hermie doesn't like to make toys.
Hermie doesn't like to make toys.
Shame on you!
Oh no, shame on you, Hermie.
They're just what a terrible but wonderful gift of prank they are giving on him.
Jason's not gonna let this go, guys.
No. Hope the audience is ready for me constantly bringing this up for the next year and a half. Anyway, so we have Hermie. Mariah is buying him a gift. We know Hermie likes dentist stuff. He's an elf. Appears to like the color blue, maybe. I don't know. And small in stature. So, what is Mariah getting him for a gift?
Well, we were just talking about how Mariah flaunts what she has, so I think she buys him a one-way ticket to dentistry school.
Okay, fair.
I don't know much about Hermie, guys, so forgive the lack of creativity on this one.
Well, I think the hard part is the Mariah part because I don't know what Mariah would buy somebody else. And if we're going with the assumption that she's fancy and she's somewhat self-centered, which I don't know if that's true. That's speculation. That's what people say, but I don't know if that's actually accurate. I'm going to say it's one of two things. She's either getting him a gift, which would be her own album for him to listen to, or
That would be
because she has some small children where she has a hired babysitter for her. Maybe she would think that Hermie, she's just busy and thinks Hermie is just another small child, and she would give him the gift of being able to hang out with her kid's babysitter to spend some time. That's all I got. This was a hard one.
I thought that you nailed it with the first one, but then you kept going, and I was like, you're going downhill, Jason. Going.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, I don't know where.
Album of her own songs.
I don't know where to end a joke. I don't know if you've noticed that, but if there's a dead horse, I'm going to beat it. All right, so now we got to head back to the wheel. Okay, so back to the wheel. We have
Only
two entries
two
left. And this is going to be
Ebenezer
what Hermie
Scrooge
is
or Buddy the
buying
Elf.
for.
An elf getting a gift for an elf. Very apropos.
Except, I mean, Buddy isn't really an elf. He's actually a human that thinks he's an elf.
I think Buddy would disagree with you.
I think Buddy would scream that he knows Santa, and that's good enough.
Speaking of...
Do we have a clip by any chance?
We have a clip.
Time for the announcement. Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town. Santa! Oh, my God! Santa here? I know him. I know him.
I love that.
It's funny
I love
every
Elf. It's
time.
great. So good. All right, so Hermie is buying something for Buddy.
For Buddy.
What do we know about Buddy? He's tall.
I mean, you could
he's
get Buddy
affectionate.
anything.
He probably
he
would
would
be
like
happy
it.
with anything. Yeah. Except for coffee. He didn't like coffee much, did he?
Yeah, I don't know. I've actually, guys, I've never seen Elf.
Are you serious? Oh my God. Morgan.
Never. No, I've seen
Oh
the
my
clips
God.
and I know like the throne of lies, but yeah, I've never seen the movie.
So one of the gags in the movie is at one point Buddy is walking around New York and he sees a sign for, a place that says they have the world's best cup of coffee. And he gets it and he does not like it at all, which is not a surprise because he grew up in the North Pole only eating candy. You would expect that. But he gets coffee for somebody else in the movie and he's like, they establish that they eat candy and sugar and stuff, and then he gets coffee.
But that means that you don't like coffee if you grew up on candy?
If you only know sweet and then you drink something bitter, I think your natural assumption would be.
Then no one ever would drink coffee because we
Nor should
all
they.
as
It's
kids
terrible.
Grow up on sugar.
They shouldn't. Coffee's awful. I think it's a terrible liquid.
I'm not disagreeing. I don't understand this leap from he grew up on sugar and candy, ipso facto he wouldn't like coffee.
Because
that would
you're
mean
going
no
from
one would
exclusively
ever like
one
coffee.
to something. No, because nobody actually grows up having exclusively sweet things. They do have a lot of sweets when they're young, of course, but then they have a variety of things. If you had seen the movie, you would see the kind of stuff that Buddy eats. Like, he puts maple syrup into, like, Frosted Flakes. Like, it's just sugar on top of sugar.
I think that is genius. Everyone should do
spaghetti.
that.
He puts it on his spaghetti. He pours maple syrup.
Okay, maybe not spaghetti.
I would try it. I'm not going to lie. I would try it. But he takes a cup of coffee to somebody else in there, and he's like, "I got you the best cup of coffee. It's the world's best. That's what it said on the sign." And they drink it, and it's terrible. It's not even good coffee, and it's It's funnier because he just is so gullible
Marketing.
that he doesn't know. Yeah,
Marketing, you can say whatever you want, and people like Buddy will believe you.
that's true. All right, so what do you think Hermie would buy Buddy?
Man, that's there's such different personalities, and I genuinely think that Buddy would get excited about literally any gift.
For sure.
So I feel like Hermie can get him anything. And Hermie being so like toy adverse, I feel like he would go like very basic, like the basic wooden toy train.
Okay, I'm here for it. I'm gonna lean into the dentist thing, especially because Buddy the Elf has got a sweet tooth.
I thought about that, but then
Did
it's
you?
not a gift for Buddy. But then it's not a gift for Buddy. Then it's a
No,
the gift
he's
for
giving
Hermie.
him he would be lending his services as a dentist to check and make sure Buddy's teeth are okay. That's an expense for people, and he's doing it for free. He would give him a free
true.
dental checkup.
A free
And,
dental
you know.
checkup or cleaning.
Little from column A, a little from column B. It sounds like the perfect event for Buddy. It's
I thought he was
useful
going to
and
say
thoughtful.
prank. Who else thought that he was going to say prank?
I thought I was going to say prank, and I shifted at the last moment.
Yeah, we all see you. We all hear you, Jason.
Yeah. I'm trying to let it go. I'm doing my best. You're trying to reel me
He's not
back in,
letting
and
it
it's
go,
probably
guys.
going to work. No,
He's
I'll
not
probably
letting
bring
it go.
back up.
Hey, man, I don't come after me. I genuinely think that pranks are cool, and a well-played prank is enjoyed by everyone.
Agree to disagree. All right, we ready for this last entry on the wheel?
So the last one, we don't have to spin the wheel. We know Buddy's getting a gift for Ebenezer Scrooge.
I guess that's true. We don't actually have to spin it, but I kind of want to
I mean,
anyway.
do you want to spin the wheel?
Am I on share mode? I don't
He's
even
gonna
know.
Yeah, you are.
All right, so let's spin the thing. Let's see, folks. Let's see if it lands on anything other than Ebenezer Scrooge. What are the
No,
biggest
it lands
odds?
on him. It doesn't land somewhere else on the wheel. It lands
Plus, we get the
on
cool graphic and
Ebenezer
the music. Yeah, I think it was worth the spin. So okay, so we got Ebenezer Scrooge now,
And
this
Ebenezer
is
is
what Buddy
another
the
one.
Elf. This is what Buddy the Elf is getting Ebenezer Scrooge. This seems hard.
Well, first let's talk a little bit about Ebenezer, because Ebenezer also has a variety of different takes on the classic tale. So this is Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol, written by, I believe, isn't A Christmas Carol a Dickens
I believe
work?
it is, yeah. Yep.
So, classic literary work, one of the greats. And it teaches us all kinds of things about the Christmas spirit. One time we should do like a deep dive on it, because I feel like a very interesting take on it, but I could also be blowing smoke up my own ass.
Interesting.
But Ebenezer
An interesting take, huh?
Ebenezer is like the king of misers. He never spends a cent, and there's argument about why he does that, like what his background is and what leads him to do that. But the long and short of it is it leads to misfortune for other people, or harsh conditions for other people, and is therefore unjustified. He's visited by the ghosts of Christmas in order to change his heart, and they do. They are successful.
But I will note that he only really changes after he sees his own demise, which it's still a pretty selfish reason,
Sure. There are people.
I mean, it's better.
who
It's good that he
definitely
changes
make that
anyway,
claim.
but yeah. So okay.
There's an argument in theology that the heart will follow the actions. So you must be generous, even begrudgingly, because eventually the
You'll start
act
to
of
appreciate
doing
it.
will change you.
That's fair, and that's true, and that's good perspective, because I didn't think about that in the context of the story. So I'll buy that. I'll buy that. So we have the classic
now that
version. Michael Caine played him in the Muppet Christmas, which I would be remiss if I didn't mention.
Oh, did he really?
And yeah, Michael Caine. Um, there's also there's another classic version that I'm thinking I'm forgetting now, but like this has been done a million times. Oh, Bill Murray in Scrooged. It's a great comedy from the late 80s, early 90s. I don't know. I never saw it until I was like 20 something, and I was like, how did I miss this? It's pretty funny though. But it's been done a million times for a reason. It's a good story.
I mean, like, I am a particular fan of it. I've actually played around with, is there a way to do a actual modern version of it that's true to the essence of the story? And I've also played around with like spin-offs of like, what if we saw the story from a different perspective? Like Ebenezer not being the main character, but seeing it from a different perspective. I have some thoughts and tinkering to do on it that I think would be fun. But yeah,
Oh, that's
he's an interesting classical character.
I could see a story unfolding from like what is it, Crockett's point of view, where maybe he sees him muttering around, or goes to talk to him and looks
Or what
into
if
the
it's
window
from
and
Tiny
sees
Tim's point of view?
Sure. I mean, in the original story, those two don't interact much. But Crockett, I think you could easily have him around. But you could figure out a way to do it. Then, yeah, that would also be good. If, maybe Ebenezer Scrooge grows his heart and decides to deliver a nice Christmas prank to Tiny Tim, kicks his crutch out from under him and says, "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal."
Not a prank.
It is a prank. It's just
Decidedly not a prank.
Anyway, so
that is just bullying.
I agree. It is bullying. Okay, so we are.
All right, so
who's
Hermie's
buying?
getting
Buddy
a
the
gift
Elf.
for Ebenezer. And is
Buddy.
this before or after Ebenezer has had a change of heart?
Up to you. Dealer's choice.
Or no, it's not Hermie, it's Buddy. What am I saying?
It's Buddy.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy's getting a gift for Ebenezer.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a tough one. I think that Buddy doesn't have any magical powers, does he?
I mean, he can make snowballs crazy fast.
No.
He can also
that's
decorate
not...
for Christmas insanely fast. He put up the whole department store in like one night somehow by himself.
What if...
He's also a good singer. He can sing a Christmas carol like nobody's business.
No, he can't do that because Ebenezer Scrooge wouldn't let anybody near his money. I was gonna say, what if he like organized his like safe or whatever, or his collection of money?
Buddy also wouldn't ask. He would just do it because he would assume that somebody would enjoy it. Like he would.
You know what? That's true. I'm gonna say that Buddy is going to organize his collection of money for him. And
okay, I could buy it.
Yeah. Or actually, you know what? Maybe he gets Ebenezer a rare currency, like a rare coin.
Like a Christmas snow dollar or something that they use at the North Pole. Something obscure.
Yeah, what if he gets him a Santa dollar?
There we go. I can see that.
That
makes sense.
Absolutely worthless, and Ebenezer would be so not about it. But Buddy
would be so proud.
So enthusiastic.
Absolutely. All right, so maybe this is a cop out, but I legitimately think that this is what Buddy would get Ebenezer Scrooge.
He's about to say a cup of coffee.
No. So I'm thinking about like you did, where it's before he has the change of heart. He's a crotchety old man. He's miserable all the time, has no Christmas spirit, and those are all things that are very opposite of Buddy the Elf. So I think that what Buddy would do is the only logical thing and give Ebenezer Scrooge a hug. I think that's it. I think it would be a big old hug against his will. Just hug the bejesus out of him.
You know what? I actually buy it. And what a wholesome note to leave this episode off on. I buy it. I think that is a good gift, I think. And that is the holiday message that we would like to leave you all with today. So
absolutely.
Happy holidays. We hope that you have the opportunity to relax, spend some time with family, and enjoy the season. And don't get sucked into our corporate consumerism that has gripped the holiday season. Remember what is truly important and spend the time with the people you love.
Morgan's PSA for the day. Yeah, like the video, share it with friends, comment with all of our videos. It helps a lot. We appreciate you following along on our shenanigans. And yeah, I think.
See, you're supposed to do the call to action that brings everybody down before the feel good message.
Okay, and make sure you feel good after you do the liking and the sharing and the commenting and the subscribing. What better gift to give to any family member but to share our crazy world with them? You're welcome.
I know, a well thought out prank.
Oh my God.
And on that note, that's a wrap. On.
You want it or? Like...
Oh, am I doing it?
Go for it. Yeah,
I thought
go.
you were taking it.
I thought you were doing it. So.
Well, one day, guys, we'll figure out how to do the sign off.
We'll figure it out.
But that is a wrap. So keep the reel rolling, and we'll see you in the next one.
Close enough. Bye, everyone.
Is that not it?
No. You forgot to put the name of the show in there. It's the cast, Backstage Banter, in case you've made it this far and forgot what you were listening to. But just in case, that's what it was. Bye, everyone.
Okay.